Hello, my amazing students. Welcome. Today's episode is very special. I want you to really listen, not just hear the words, really absorb them, because what we're talking about today can truly change your life.
That sounds powerful already. What's the big message?
It's simple. English is not difficult. English is not impossible. And yes, you can speak English fluently, not in 10 years, not someday, but much faster than you think.
I think a lot of listeners needed to hear that. But let me guess, many of them don't believe it.
Exactly. So let me ask you something. Why did you click on this episode? Maybe you feel frustrated. Maybe you've been studying English for years. You memorized long vocabulary lists. You did grammar exercises again and again. You can read articles online. You can understand most of your favorite movies.
But speaking is the problem, right?
Yes, that moment comes. Someone asks you a question in English. Maybe it's a tourist on the street. Maybe it's a colleague during a meeting. Maybe it's an online friend. And suddenly, everything changes.
Your heart starts beating fast.
Exactly. Your stomach feels tight, and your brain, which had so many English words just 1 second ago, suddenly feels empty, blank.
You hesitate.
You freeze. You search for words, but they disappear. And sometimes you don't even try. You just smile, you nod, you pretend you understood everything because you're afraid.
Afraid of making a mistake.
Afraid of embarrassment. Afraid that people will judge you. Afraid of sounding stupid.
If someone is listening right now and thinking, that's me, what would you say to them?
I would say you are not alone. And this is very important. It is not your fault.
Not their fault?
No, because the way many people learn English focuses too much on rules and memorization and not enough on real communication. So when it's time to actually speak, your brain feels pressure, and under pressure, it shuts down.
That makes so much sense.
And I understand this deeply. I've learned a new language too. I know that painful feeling. You have a brilliant idea in your mind. You know exactly what you want to say, but the words won't come out the right way.
That's the worst feeling.
It is. And I also know what it's like when native speakers talk very fast. Their words mix together. It doesn't sound like clear sentences. It sounds like noise, just a blur of sounds.
And then you feel lost.
Completely lost. But here's the good news. That struggle can end, starting now.
That sounds hopeful.
It is hopeful, because today I'm not just giving you tips. I'm not here to say, study more vocabulary or do more grammar exercises.
So what are you going to give them?
A new way to think, a new way to approach English, a way that removes fear, a way that builds confidence, a way that helps you speak naturally, without panic, without freezing, without feeling ashamed.
That sounds like something every English learner needs.
Exactly. So if you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever felt embarrassed, if you've ever stayed silent even though you had something important to say, this episode is for you.
I'm excited already.
Good, because today is the day you stop believing English is too hard and start believing I can do this. And trust me, you absolutely can. So earlier, I told you I'm not just giving you tips. I'm giving you something bigger, a system, a new way of thinking, a new way of learning, even a new way of living with English.
Living with English. I like that. It sounds more natural, less stressful.
Exactly, because English shouldn't feel like a scary school subject. It should feel like something that belongs to you, something you use every day without fear.
So where do we start?
First, I need you to make a promise. From this moment, forget everything that made English look like a monster.
A monster? That's dramatic.
But it's true for many people. Complicated grammar rules, red corrections on papers, teachers saying that's wrong, the pressure to be perfect, all of that builds fear.
And fear becomes the real problem.
Yes, let me say this clearly. The number one reason people don't speak English fluently is not lack of knowledge, it's fear.
Fear of making mistakes?
Fear of mistakes, fear of embarrassment, fear of being judged, fear of sounding stupid.
If someone is listening right now and thinking, that's me, what would you say to them?
I would say you are not alone, and this is very important. It is not your fault.
Not their fault?
No, because the way many people learn English focuses too much on rules and memorization and not enough on real communication. So when it's time to actually speak, your brain feels pressure, and under pressure, it shuts down.
That makes so much sense.
And I understand this deeply. I've learned a new language too. I know that painful feeling. You have a brilliant idea in your mind, you know exactly what you want to say, but the words won't come out the right way.
That's the worst feeling.
It is. And I also know what it's like when native speakers talk very fast. Their words mix together. It doesn't sound like clear sentences. It sounds like noise, just a blur of sounds.
And then you feel lost.
Completely lost. But here's the good news. That struggle can end, starting now.
That sounds hopeful.
It is hopeful, because today I'm not just giving you tips. I'm giving you something bigger, a system, a new way of thinking, a new way of learning, even a new way of living with English.
Living with English. I like that. It sounds more natural, less stressful.
Exactly, because English shouldn't feel like a scary school subject. It should feel like something that belongs to you, something you use every day without fear.
So where do we start?
First, I need you to make a promise. From this moment, forget everything that made English look like a monster.
A monster? That's dramatic.
But it's true for many people. Complicated grammar rules, red corrections on papers, teachers saying that's wrong, the pressure to be perfect, all of that builds fear.
And fear becomes the real problem.
Yes. Let me say this clearly. The number one reason people don't speak English fluently is not lack of knowledge, it's fear.
Fear of making mistakes?
Fear of mistakes, fear of embarrassment, fear of being judged, fear of sounding stupid.
If someone is listening right now and thinking, that's me, what would you say to them?
I would say, you are not alone. And this is very important. It is not your fault.
Not their fault?
No, because the way many people learn English focuses too much on rules and memorization and not enough on real communication. So when it's time to actually speak, your brain feels pressure, and under pressure, it shuts down.
That makes so much sense.
And I understand this deeply. I've learned a new language too. I know that painful feeling. You have a brilliant idea in your mind, you know exactly what you want to say, but the words won't come out the right way.
That's the worst feeling.
It is. And I also know what it's like when native speakers talk very fast. Their words mix together. It doesn't sound like clear sentences. It sounds like noise, just a blur of sounds.
And then you feel lost.
Completely lost. But here's the good news. That struggle can end, starting now.
That sounds hopeful.
It is hopeful, because today I'm not just giving you tips. I'm giving you something bigger, a system, a new way of thinking, a new way of learning, even a new way of living with English.
Living with English. I like that. It sounds more natural, less stressful.
Exactly, because English shouldn't feel like a scary school subject. It should feel like something that belongs to you, something you use every day without fear.
So where do we start?
First, I need you to make a promise. From this moment, forget everything that made English look like a monster.
A monster? That's dramatic.
But it's true for many people. complicated grammar rules, red corrections on papers, teachers saying that's wrong, the pressure to be perfect, all of that builds fear.
And fear becomes the real problem.
Yes, let me say this clearly. The number one reason people don't speak English fluently is not lack of knowledge, it's fear.
Fear of making mistakes?
Fear of mistakes, fear of embarrassment, fear of being judged, fear of sounding stupid.
If someone is listening right now and thinking, that's me, what would you say to them?
I would say you are not alone, and this is very important. It is not your fault.
Not their fault?
No, because the way many people learn English focuses too much on rules and memorization and not enough on real communication. So when it's time to actually speak, your brain feels pressure, and it doesn't. English can be light, it can be natural, it can even be fun, but it all begins here, in your mind.
So today isn't just about learning English.
No, today is a mindset revolution. The moment you decide that English is not your enemy, but your new tool,
And once that shift happens,
everything changes. Because when your mind changes, your results follow. And this is just the beginning. Let me give you a simple picture. Think about a baby learning to walk.
okay, that's interesting. What does that have to do with English?
Everything. When a baby learns to walk, does it read a book about balance, about physics, about body movement?
Of course not.
And when the baby falls down, does it feel embarrassed? Does it think, oh no, everyone is judging me?
No, it just falls.
Exactly. Maybe it cries for a few seconds, but then what happens?
It gets up and tries again.
Again and again and again. The baby falls hundreds of times, maybe even thousands. But in its mind, there is no doubt. Walking is going to happen. It's not a question, it's not a dream, it's certain.
It's inevitable.
Yes, and one day, without even thinking about it, the baby starts walking, then running. No fear, no overthinking.
So you're saying learning English should be like that?
Exactly like that. Mistakes are not failures. Mistakes are the path. They are proof that you are moving forward.
That's a big mindset shift.
It is, because many learners think if I make a mistake, it means I'm bad. But the truth is, if you're not making mistakes, you're not growing. You're staying in your comfort zone.
And growth only happens outside the comfort zone.
Exactly. So right now, I want everyone listening to do something brave.
Oh, this sounds fun.
I want you to say something out loud. Yes, out loud, even if you feel silly. Ready?
I'm ready.
Say, English is easy.
English is easy.
Again, I can speak English.
I can speak English.
And one more time, I am learning and improving every day.
I am learning and improving every day.
These are not just nice words. These are instructions to your brain.
Instructions?
Yes, this is called positive affirmation. When you repeat strong, positive sentences, your brain slowly begins to accept them as truth.
So the more we say it, the more we believe it.
Exactly. Your brain is always listening to your inner voice. So from today, we change that voice.
What kind of changes?
Simple but powerful ones. Never say again, my English is bad.
What should we say instead?
Say, I am improving every day. Never say, I can't speak English.
Instead?
Instead, I am learning to speak English more confidently. And please, stop saying, sorry for my bad English.
That one hurts. So many people say that.
Yes, instead of apologizing, just speak. Your effort is beautiful. Your courage to try is powerful.
That really changes the feeling.
It does. The way you talk to yourself shapes your journey. If your inner voice is kind and supportive, you will move forward faster. If it is critical and negative, you will feel stuck.
But what about people who failed before? Maybe they failed an English exam. Maybe they had a bad experience at school.
That's important. Past failure does not decide your future. A bad exam does not mean you are bad at English. It only means the method didn't work for you.
So failure isn't the end.
Never. It's feedback. It's part of the process. Just like the baby falling down. Falling doesn't mean I will never walk. It means I am learning.
I love that comparison.
Good, because from now on, every mistake you make in English is not something to hide, it's something to celebrate.
Celebrate mistakes?
Yes, because every mistake means you are brave enough to try, and bravery, not perfection, is what leads to fluency. Now, let's talk about something real. Some of you aren't just afraid for no reason. Maybe a teacher once told you you were bad at English.
Or maybe someone laughed at your accent.
Exactly. Those moments hurt, and even if they happened years ago, they stay with you.
Like emotional baggage.
Yes, like heavy bags you carry on your back. Every bad comment, every failed exam, every embarrassing moment. They make the journey feel harder than it really is.
So what do we do with those bags?
Today, we put them down.
I like that already.
Here's what I want you to do. Take a piece of paper and a pen. If you need to pause this episode, do it. On that paper, write down every negative experience you've had with English.
Everything?
Everything. The time you failed a test, the time someone corrected you in front of others, the time you felt stupid, the fear, the shame, write it all down.
That sounds emotional.
It might be, but it's powerful because when it's in your head, it controls you. When it's on paper, you can see it clearly.
Okay, so we write it down. Then what?
Look at the paper, really look at it, and understand something important. This is your past. It is not you. It is not your future.
That's strong.
Then say out loud, "Thank you for the lessons, but I don't need you anymore."
Wow.
And then tear it up. Rip it into tiny pieces. If it's safe, you can even burn it outside. Watch it turn into ash. Imagine all that fear and negativity disappearing with it.
That feels like a fresh start.
Exactly. Today is day one. Your past does not define your future. Your potential is unlimited. And this new mindset, that's your superpower.
I'm feeling motivated already. But mindset alone isn't enough, right?
Right. The final piece of this mindset revolution is knowing why you are learning English.
Isn't I want to be fluent enough?
It's a nice dream, but it's not a real goal. A real goal is specific, it's measurable, it has a timeline.
Can you give examples?
Of course, instead of saying, "I want to be fluent," say, "In 30 days, I will speak to myself in the mirror for 5 minutes about my day without stopping."
That's clear and practical.
Or in 3 months, I will watch one full episode of Friends with English subtitles and understand at least 80%.
That's measurable.
In 6 months, I will join a conversation club and speak for 15 minutes even if I make mistakes.
I like that you included mistakes. It removes pressure.
Exactly. And in 1 year, I will confidently give a 5-minute presentation at work in English.
Now I see the difference. These goals are clear. You can track them.
Yes, they turn a dream into a plan. And when you have a plan, your brain knows what to focus on.
So instead of feeling lost, you feel directed.
Exactly. You're no longer saying, "I hope I improve." You're saying, "I know where I'm going."
That changes everything.
It does, because confidence doesn't come from wishing. It comes from action. Small, clear, consistent action.
So today we dropped the past, changed our mindset, and built real goals.
Yes, and this is just the foundation. When your mind is strong and your goals are clear, fluency stops being a dream and starts becoming your everyday reality. Do you see the difference now?
Yes, those goals feel real. They're clear. You can actually reach them.
Exactly. They're not dreams floating in the air, they're destinations on a map. And when you have a destination, you stop wandering.
So, what should our listeners do right now?
Write down 1 to 3 specific goals for your English journey. Not 10, not 20, just 1 to 3 clear targets.
And then?
Put them somewhere you can see them every single day. On your mirror, on your desk, maybe even as your phone wallpaper.
So, every day you're reminded of where you're going.
Exactly. This becomes your new reality. English is easy, you are capable, and you know where you're headed.
That sounds like a strong foundation.
It is. And now that your mindset is strong, it's time for the next step, changing your environment.
Oh, this is interesting.
Many people believe they must move to an English-speaking country to become fluent. They think, if I can just go to the US or the UK, then I'll finally speak well.
That's a very common belief.
But here's the secret. It's not true. I know people who have lived in the United States or the United Kingdom for 10 years and still struggle to speak English.
How is that possible?
Because they live inside their own language bubble. They work with people from their country, they watch TV from their country, at home they speak only their native language.
So, physically being there isn't enough.
Exactly. And I also know people who became very fluent without ever leaving their hometown.
What did they do differently?
They created an English bubble. They built their own immersion environment.
I like that phrase, English bubble.
Think of it like this. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to bring so much English into your daily life that you can't escape it.
That sounds intense.
Not intense, natural. English should not be something you study for 1 hour and then forget for the rest of the day.
So, it shouldn't feel like homework.
Exactly. It should feel like background music in your life. You hear it, you see it, you think in it, you use it every single day.
But what if someone says, I don't live in an English-speaking country? How can I immerse myself?
That's the beauty of today's world. You don't need a plane ticket, you need intention.
So, how do we start building this bubble?
We start with something you probably hold for hours every day, your smartphone.
Oh, wow, that's true.
Your phone is your most powerful immersion tool. It can either distract you or transform you.
So, step 1?
Change your phone's system language to English.
Right now?
Yes, right now. Go to your settings and switch it to English.
Some people are going to feel nervous about that.
That's normal. The first few days will feel strange. You might struggle to find certain options, but think about what happens next.
Every time you unlock your phone,
You see English. Slide to unlock. New message, settings, clock. These are simple, common words, and you'll see them every single day.
so your brain learns without effort.
Exactly. Passive learning. No extra study time, just daily exposure.
What about apps?
Change those too. Your social media apps especially, switch them to English. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all in English.
And that changes the content we see.
Yes, the algorithm will slowly show you more English content. And here's something important. Don't just follow English teachers.
Oh, that's interesting.
Follow your passions in English. If you love cooking, follow a chef from the US. If you love gaming, follow a streamer from the UK. If you love makeup, follow a beauty creator from Australia.
So English becomes connected to things we enjoy.
Exactly. When learning feels like fun, not work, you stay consistent.
That makes so much sense.
Now, let's talk about your ears. Your ears are a direct pathway to your brain. You must fill that pathway with English sounds.
So we're talking about listening practice.
Yes, and one of the best tools is podcasts. They are incredible because you can listen anywhere, while driving, cooking, cleaning, walking, exercising.
What about beginners?
Start with podcasts made for learners. For example, British Council has Learn English content. There's also 6-Minute English from BBC and Espresso English podcast.
They speak more slowly, right?
Yes, slow and clear. perfect for building confidence.
And for intermediate learners?
Move to real-world podcasts about topics you love. For storytelling, try This American Life. For news, listen to The Daily. For business inspiration, try How I Built This.
But what if we don't understand everything?
That's okay. In the beginning, your goal is not 100% understanding. Your goal is exposure.
Just getting used to the sound?
Exactly. The rhythm, the intonation, the music of English.
So even if it feels difficult, our brain is still learning?
Absolutely. Your brain absorbs more than you realize. Over time, words that once sounded like noise will become clear phrases.
That's encouraging.
And here's one more fun tool: music.
Oh, I like where this is going.
Create an English playlist. Listen to songs you genuinely enjoy. Read the lyrics, sing along.
Even if we sing badly?
Especially if you sing badly. No one is grading you in your room or your car. Singing is powerful. It helps your pronunciation, it improves your rhythm, and most importantly, it connects English to emotion.
So it doesn't feel like studying.
Right, it feels like enjoyment.
What about people who struggle with reading?
Great question. If reading feels difficult, try audiobooks.
That sounds easier.
It can be. Start with simple, engaging stories. For example, books like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or The Chronicles of Narnia.
Those are technically children's books, right?
Yes, but that's why they're perfect. The language is simpler, but the stories are still exciting. You won't feel bored.
Where can people find audiobooks?
Many library apps like Libby or services like Audible have huge collections. You can listen while walking, cooking, or relaxing.
So again, English becomes part of daily life.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about something most learners love: movies and TV shows.
Yes, but sometimes they feel too fast.
That's why you need a strategy. I call it the subtitles ladder.
I like that name.
Step 1, if you're a beginner, watch with subtitles in your native language. This helps you relax. You start connecting English sounds with meaning.
So no pressure in the beginning.
Exactly. Do this for a few weeks. Then step 2, this is the golden step. Switch to English subtitles.
So now I'm hearing and reading English at the same time.
Yes, you connect pronunciation with spelling. If you don't know a word, pause and look it up.
And step 3?
No subtitles. This is advanced mode. Now you rely only on your ears.
That sounds scary.
It will feel difficult at first, but this is how you train real listening fluency.
What should we watch?
Start with something you already know. For example, if you love The Lion King in your language, watch it in English.
Because I already know the story.
Exactly. That way you focus on the language, not the plot. Sitcoms are also great. Shows like Friends or The Office are perfect because the conversations are about everyday life.
So you learn natural expressions.
Yes, real daily English. What about reading? You need to read in English every day. But please don't start with Shakespeare.
That's a relief.
Start with graded readers. These are books specially simplified for English learners at different levels.
So they match your ability.
Exactly. When reading feels manageable, you stay motivated. And when you stay motivated, you stay consistent.
So the secret isn't intensity.
No, it's smart, enjoyable immersion. Music, audiobooks, movies, shows, reading.
Slowly but surely, English surrounds you.
And when English surrounds you every day, fluency stops feeling impossible and starts feeling natural. Let's continue building your English world. We talked about movies and shows. Now let's talk more about reading.
Some people still feel nervous about reading in English.
That's okay. Start simple. Read children's books, read comics. The language is easier and the pictures help you understand the story.
So it doesn't feel overwhelming.
Exactly. And if you're intermediate or advanced, read about your hobbies. If you love sports, read sports articles. If you love technology, read tech blogs.
So the topic should be interesting.
Always. Interest keeps you consistent. You can read the news in English too. Websites like BBC News, CNN, or The Guardian offer articles on many topics.
The key is not what level the text is. The key is that you care about it.
Exactly. When you care, you don't feel like you're studying. You feel like you're exploring.
I like that mindset.
Now, let's bring English out of your screen and into your room.
Oh, this sounds practical.
It is. Get some sticky notes, write the English names of objects in your house, and stick them on the objects.
Like what?
Put door on your door, mirror on your mirror, refrigerator on your refrigerator, light switch on your light switch.
That sounds simple.
Simple but powerful. And don't just look at the labels, make it active.
What do you mean?
Every time you see one, say the word out loud. Touch the door and say, "This is a door. The door is closed. I am opening the door."
So you build small sentences.
Exactly. Touch the mirror and say, "This is a mirror. I can see myself in the mirror."
So now we're connecting the object, the written word, and the spoken word.
Yes, physical object, written label, spoken sentence, all connected in your brain.
That creates strong memory.
Exactly. And when you combine reading, listening, watching, speaking, and labeling your environment, you create a 360-degree English bubble.
So English is everywhere.
Everywhere. You hear it, you see it, you read it, you speak it. Every single day.
And your brain has no choice but to adapt.
Exactly. It starts thinking in English naturally. That's how humans learn languages.
Okay, now let's talk about the scary topic.
Yes, the big monster in the room.
Grammar.
For many people, the word grammar brings back bad memories. Long charts, complicated rules, strange names like present perfect continuous or subjunctive mood.
Just hearing those names is stressful.
Exactly. So here's what I want you to do with your heavy grammar textbook.
What?
Put it away.
Wait, really?
Yes, for now, stop studying grammar rules. I know this sounds controversial, but listen carefully.
I'm listening.
If you focus too much on grammar before you speak, your brain slows down. You start building sentences in your head. You check every verb. You worry about every tense.
And then you freeze.
Exactly. Speaking becomes slow and stressful.
So what should we focus on instead?
Communication first, fluency first. Let your brain absorb patterns naturally through listening and reading. Grammar will come, but naturally, not through fear.
So grammar isn't the enemy.
No, but overthinking grammar is. When you speak, your goal is connection, not perfection.
That takes a lot of pressure away.
And when the pressure disappears, your voice finally has space to grow. Okay, now let's talk about why so many learners feel scared when speaking English.
Oh, this is the part everyone dreads.
Exactly. Imagine this. You have an idea in your head. You think of a sentence in your native language. Then you try to translate the words.
That sounds normal, right?
It does, but then the brain starts overthinking. Which tense should I use? Present perfect or past simple? Do I need an article? Is it in or on?
By the time you answer, the conversation has moved on.
Yes, you feel stressed, embarrassed, silly, and that's exactly why so many learners freeze.
So this is not how native speakers speak.
Right. When I speak, I'm not thinking about subject-verb agreement. I'm not counting articles. The words just flow.
How?
Because I learned through patterns and context, not rules. Let's look at how children learn their first language.
Okay, I'm listening.
A mother doesn't sit her 3-year-old down and say, "Today we're learning the present continuous tense. It is formed with the subject plus the auxiliary verb to be plus the present participle of the main verb."
Of course not. That would be terrifying.
Exactly. Instead, she points at the dog and says, "The dog is running." The child listens. Next day, the father says, "Your sister is playing." The child listens. They watch cartoons where a character says, "I am eating." The child listens and copies.
So they learn through exposure.
Exactly. Massive amounts of listening and input. The child's brain naturally figures out the pattern. Subject plus be plus verb, ing, means something is happening. They learn the feeling, the context of grammar, not the rule itself.
That's so different from memorizing charts.
Yes, and this is exactly how you should learn English too. Think of it as learning grammar like a child. I call it the anti-grammar grammar method.
Anti-grammar grammar. I like that.
You don't need to know 100% of English grammar to speak fluently. In fact, you only need about 20% of the rules to handle 80% of everyday conversations.
That's amazing. So we focus on the 20% that actually matters.
Exactly. Instead of memorizing rules, you learn phrases and sentence patterns. We call these chunks.
Chunks.
Yes, let's try one. The chunk is I am.
Okay.
Say it with me. I am eating.
I am eating.
Again, I am reading.
I am reading.
See how easy that is? You're not thinking about grammar rules. You're learning ready-to-use patterns that you can drop into conversations immediately.
So it's practical and stress-free.
Exactly. This is how fluency grows naturally, one chunk at a time. All right, now let's put the chunk method into action with more examples.
I'm ready.
First, the present continuous tense. Say this with me. I am drinking.
I am drinking.
Great. Now, I am learning.
I am learning.
Perfect. I am working.
I am working.
Excellent. Now let's try another chunk. She is.
Okay.
She is reading.
She is reading.
She is cooking.
She is cooking.
She is sleeping.
She is sleeping.
Fantastic. And one more. They are.
They are.
They are playing.
They are playing.
They are talking.
They are talking.
They are laughing.
They are laughing.
And just like that, you've practiced the present continuous tense without ever thinking about rules. You learned through patterns and repetition.
That's so much easier than memorizing grammar charts.
Exactly. Now let's do the past tense. Forget studying a whole tense table. Focus on patterns. For example, yesterday I went to the park.
Yesterday, I went to the park.
Yesterday I ate pizza.
Yesterday, I ate pizza.
Yesterday I saw a movie.
Yesterday, I saw a movie.
Do you see what's happening? You're building a library of useful, correct sentence chunks in your brain.
So when I speak, I don't have to construct every word from scratch.
Exactly. You just pull a complete, correct chunk from your library. This is speak first, correct later.
And grammar improves naturally?
Absolutely. Just like a child, your brain notices patterns, internalizes them, and gradually becomes fluent.
But what about irregular verbs?
You don't need to memorize a long list. Just hear them in sentences repeatedly. That's enough. Exposure beats memorization.
So when I listen to podcasts or watch shows, I should pay attention to sentence chunks.
Exactly. Don't just understand. Pause, write the sentence down, say it out loud 5 times, then change one word to make a new sentence.
Like a daily workout for English.
Yes, the more you practice, the more your brain builds this daily practice engine from morning to night.
So far, we've strengthened mindset, built an immersion environment, and started a library of chunks.
Correct. This is the foundation of fluency. Now your brain is ready to absorb, process, and produce English naturally.
Feels like we're finally moving from study mode to real speaking mode.
That's the whole point. Mindset, environment, chunks, and daily practice. That's the formula. Stick with it and English will stop being scary and start being part of your life. All right, we've built your foundation. Your world is filled with English. Your mindset is strong. You've learned to see grammar as a tool, not a monster.
Yes, but all this knowledge feels a little static.
Exactly. That's why the next step is activation.
Activation?
Yes. Think of your English like a car. You could have the fastest car in the world, but if you never turn the key and drive, it's just a piece of metal.
Ah, I see. Knowledge isn't enough. You have to use it.
Exactly. Many learners struggle because they don't know what to say or when to start. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conversation partner.
And usually that moment never comes.
Exactly. Here's the revolutionary part. You already have the perfect speaking partner, available 24/7, who never judges you and is always ready to practice.
Who is that?
You are your own best partner, and we're going to activate your English by weaving it into your daily life. Every single thing you do, from the moment you wake up to when you go to sleep, can be a speaking practice session.
That sounds doable, but how do I start?
Okay, let's walk through a full day. I'll give you scripts and examples. Your homework is to say these out loud.